Hello, in this video I'll show you the steps I do or the steps I undertake to color grade a photo when it comes to Photoshop. And remember, color grading starts at a point whereby or when you import the image or when you import the raw image when it comes to Photoshop. So we're going to be starting with simple color and contrast corrections regarding this very image. So in case you want to download this raw image to follow along with this tutorial, simply check the link in the video description to download the raw image to follow along with this very tutorial. Like I said, we are going to be starting with working on the raw image to correct some tiny or small adjustments regarding this very image. So for this, I'll simply come and import the image in Photoshop, and since it is a raw image, it is going to automatically open up in the camera raw filter. So in camera raw, we're just going to first of all correct the lighting and contrast issues regarding this photo. So for this, I'll basically come and take the highlights down a little bit, and I'll also do the same for the whites to get more contrast and remove the whites from the skin tone. Then I'll take the blacks down to introduce more contrast and open up the shadows like this. Then I'll add a little bit of contrast and slightly brighten up the image to around that area, so you can see the before and after. It is a subtle change, but it really looks great. So after this, you can go ahead to manipulate the colors regarding your image. So depending on the colors that are existing in your image, you can go ahead and manipulate those colors. So how are we going to manipulate these colors? We shall scroll down to the color mixer, and in the color mixer adjustment layer, we're just going to come and understand hue, saturation, and luminance. Hue is changing a color. For example, for this case, if we are to look at the greens in the background, in case you want to change the greens in the background, you'll come to the hue and select or target the greens of this image, then play around with the green slider, and you can see by moving the green slider towards the right hand side, we shall make the greens look like the immediate color below it, which is the aquas, and moving the slider towards the left hand side, we are making the greens like a color just above it, which is the yellows. So that is how hue is going to be affecting the colors in the photo. Saturation is the intensity of a given color. You can increase on the intensity of the greens, or you can reduce on the intensity of the greens in your image. Luminance is the brightness level of a color. You can brighten the greens, or you can decide to darken the greens in the image. So after understanding how hue, saturation, and luminance are going to be affecting the photo, it is time to play around with the colors to our taste or to our liking. So this is going to be more of a personal taste and preference. So we shall come to the hues and play around with the greens, and so I'll allow the greens to pop and also move the yellows here and there to make the greens pop a little bit more. So I'll make the yellows more towards the greens and make the greens towards the aquas, but this is going to make the greens oversaturated. So we shall simply come to saturation. Remember, saturation deals with the intensity of a color. So we shall basically take down the intensity of the greens and also take down the intensity of the yellows, just like that, to reduce on the intensity of these colors in the background. So after you have done that, we are simply going to come and open the photo in Photoshop. So basically, this is all I do when it comes to these small or tiny adjustments in images. So in Photoshop, basically, it is to work basically on the skin tones and also do a little bit of minor adjustments regarding the blacks and any selective color, as I'm about to show you. So for this step, first of all, ensure or make sure that you have done the skin retouching first before you proceed to this step that I'm about to show you right now. So we're just going to come and assume that I'm just going to duplicate the background layer. So I'm going to assume that this is the retouched image. And after retouching the image, ensure or make sure to create a stamp visible layer. A stamp visible layer is basically a merged layer for everything that you have done in the layer panel. So create that stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E. That is for Windows. Shift Alternate Control E on the keyboard. That is for Shift Alternate Control E for Windows, Shift Option Command E, that is for Mac. Sorry about that. So after creating a stamp visible layer, we are simply going to come to select and select the subject. So Photoshop is going to do a pretty good job sometimes to try to select the edges of the subject, and you can see in some cases it may not do a pretty nice selection, but don't mind about that. Our aim is about the edges of the subject. Once the subject edges have been selected, we are simply going to come to the new layer and create a new empty layer, and simply come and change the blend mode from normal, change it all the way down to color. So after changing this to color, we just want to get a color on the model skin tone that would like the rest of the skin to look like. So just come and get the brush tool and make sure for the settings of the brush it is set to soft round brush. The mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. Then we are basically going to zoom in by using Command plus, or you can use Control plus on the keyboard, and sample a color on the skin tone that we want the rest of the skin to look like. So I'll hold down the Option key on the keyboard, Option for Mac, alternate for Windows, Option, and click on a color on the model skin. So Option and click to sample a given color on the model skin. So I'm just going to sample this color. So in case you want to intensify the color, come to the color option and can move this towards the right hand side to increase on the saturation levels of that given color. So after that, start painting. So paint on the skin. So by painting, you're going to notice that the skin is going to start to look a little bit nice and even or uniform. But this is not all, because sometimes it may not yield natural or appealing results that we have to perfect later on. So paint, this is the first step that you have to do. Ensure that you have painted each and every area that has or contains skin tones, and be careful not to paint some areas that have or contain the makeup, because at the end of it all, you don't want to change or distort the makeup that was applied in the beautification process of your model or your client or even your subject. So I'll paint like this, and you can see by just painting slightly, you can see right now we have even skin color, or we have even skin tones for the model. So I'm just going to paint like that. You can even zoom in to be precise with the painting process. So I'll paint like that. So assuming that you're done painting in majority of the areas that have or contain the skin color or skin tones, like I said, take your time as you're doing all this, don't rush. So after painting, you can now come to the eraser tool. Make sure the mode is set to brush, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. You can now come and erase the colors from areas that you did not want to paint in the first place, like the necklace in this case, and erase the colors. So after erasing or rubbing away some colors, just come to the opacity of this layer, reduce on the opacity. So for this step, we are trying to fine tune the colors and making sure that the colors are looking natural and realistic. So I'll reduce on the opacity, reduce on the intensity of the color, then press Ctrl D, or you can use Command D on the keyboard to deselect the active selection. So after deselecting the active selection, you're just going to come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. The purpose for creating this hue and saturation adjustment layer is sometimes when we sample a color on the model skin, it may either look a little bit too red or too green. So for the hue and saturation, come and target master, and you can play around with the master slider of the hues, and you can see how this is affecting. So in case the image was a little bit too reddish, move the hue slider towards the right hand side, and it's going to reduce on the red colors in the skin tone. And in case the skin was looking a little bit greenish, move it towards the left hand side to reduce the green. So for my case, I'll leave it the way it is. So for the hue and saturation, come to the reds and come to where you see lightness and take down the lightness slider, and this is going to reduce on the amount of oranges. So you can say before and after. Right now it has just reduced on the amount of oranges in the skin tone. Then you can even come and add more contrast to the skin by creating a black and white adjustment layer. change its blend mode from normal to multiply, and come the opacity and reduce on the intensity, or you can reduce on the opacity of the color like this to around, we shall go with around, you can even go with 15, or you can go with less than that. 10 is okay. So in case the skin is still looking too orange for your liking, you can continue and play around with the hue and saturation slider and play around with the reds of the image, lightness, and take it down like that to make the skin look natural and more realistic regarding the skin color. So after this, we are going to go into the next step for fine tuning specific colors in the image. So for this, we are simply going to come to selective color. So under selective color, you can target an individual color and you perfect that individual color independently or separately. So just come for this, we shall simply come to our blacks first of all, and come to the cyans and move this towards the right hand side, and you can see how that makes the image even pop, especially in the dark areas of the image, even in the background. And you can as well come and target other individual colors, for example the greens, and for the greens you can play around with the magentas to see how that is going to be affecting the image. You can even play around with the yellows to see how that will affect your given image. So I feel like that is okay. And also the blacks to reduce or intensify on the dark areas in the greens. So by just doing that, you can see before and after for just the selective color. So by just doing these simple adjustments to this photo, you can see what we have been able to achieve in just Photoshop. You can see this was the image straight from the camera raw filter, and this is what we have been able to achieve in just Photoshop. So this is it for this video, and if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe in case you have been watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and as well keep creating.